It is that time of the week where we open the books and bring in our friend Rachel O'Brien from openthebooks.com. And this morning we are focused specifically on traffic tickets that are written in our community and how many people actually pay up. Let's go with Metro first, and let's look at last year, Rachel. How many tickets were issued and how many were actually paid?
So Metro PD, we're talking about what they filed in the Las Vegas Municipal Court. So 32,000 violations went to court, and that represented almost $12 million in fines that they could have collected from those tickets. Almost half of those traffic citation cases were closed, but that doesn't amount to half the fines being paid. Some of these can get dropped or the fines decreased. So only about $2.8 million of fines were paid. That's about 23% of that original $12 million.
So what is going on here before we look at the other municipalities? What do you think is going on with the amount issued versus the amount being paid? What am I missing?
Yeah, so some do get dropped, right? You can get the ticket sort of dropped. The fines can be decreased. Also, people can make payments. They can enter into a sort of payment schedule where you're broken down into smaller payments. Maybe you don't pay the $100 or $200 at once. And so that ticket sort of stays on the ledger for quite a while. It either was partially paid or looks like it's not paid at all.
And I have seen billboards here in town that will advertise that they'll get you out of your traffic tickets. So there are services it looks like that you can pay to have it go away, if you will. All right, that was Metro. Let's now focus on what did you find when you looked at Henderson's police department and North Las Vegas's police department?
Yeah, so North Las Vegas, they filed over 18,000 traffic citations in municipal court, again, totaling about $14 million in fees, but they had almost $3 million of those fees dismissed. They collected a little over $5 million. So that makes their collection rate 35%. The dismissed ones, this is one of those sort of examples we were just talking about. The dismissed ones allow people to perform community service in lieu of paying fines. So that's close to $3 million that doesn't get paid. People, commit or rather perform the community service. Henderson, they had this sort of best return, if you will. They filed over 9,000 traffic citations for $2.5 million in potential fees. About 7,100 of those citations were paid, almost $2 million in fees, and that's a 68% collection rate, the highest of those three police departments.
So all of the figures that you've shared with us this morning are from the year 2023. You're so good at this, Rachel. As you're looking at those figures and then you kind of go in the way back machine, is there any sort of trend that we should be paying attention to as far as just regular citizens or anything that got your attention?
Yeah, so, right, we talked about this last year. It is a trend of lots of tickets not necessarily being paid. So the 2023 numbers we're talking about here is between 23% of those fines for Metro PD and 68% for Henderson. That's your range. 23 to 68% are being paid. The year before it was between 33% and 58%. So it ranges, right? You're never going to see 100%. 68% looks really high for Henderson. In 2022, Henderson was 52%. So yeah, people can get these tickets dropped. They can get on a payment plan, or, in some cases they just don't pay the tickets. And these PDs, these courts are just never going to get that money. So it is millions of dollars going into government coffers from these fines, but it is also a lot of unpaid tickets, and that's always most likely going to be the case.
And it seems that all of our city, county governments are all running on deficits. So I guess for the why should I care question, it's because the fees that are paid end up going into other critical services for us in our community, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it funds, but it does go back into the government, right? But of course, one could say, why should I be the one to have to pay this traffic fine and, pay for whatever it is the government's spending it on? So, yeah, a lot of people are not paying it. And it does go back into the, to government spending for whatever it is, whether it's the police department or the courts or any other sort of bucket of spending. It does go back.
Rachel O'Brien making us smarter on this Friday morning. Thank you, my friend. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Kim.